Okay, Thanksgiving finally over. Now, we still got leftovers, of course. We're gonna be dealing with that for at least a couple more days. But then after that, it's the Christmas season. And one thing about Christmas is everybody says they want to have a white Christmas or something like that. Basically, they mean they want it to snow on Christmas. It doesn't snow where I live. I mean, it snowed a couple of times in my life. The earliest time I can remember it snowing was 2009. I was in kindergarten. I lived in this shitty trailer, not in a trailer park, but like a standalone trailer in Graniteville. And me and my mom, we made this little tiny snowman because it didn't snow enough to may have like snowmen and it wasn't even strong enough to really make snowballs out of. But like we did the best we could. We used a baby carrot for the nose, and that was a really great memory of mine. So it either snows like that where it barely snows and you can't do anything with it, or it fucking snows. Like in 2014, we had an ice storm. No, it didn't snow. It stormed, and not with snow, with ice. It was horrible. I lived in an even shittier trailer in a shitty trailer park, and we were working with this electric company that sucked. The power was out for so long, Comcast got the cable rack running before we even had power. It was ridiculous. We had to stay over at like cousins' houses and grandparents' houses because the power would go out, and it was ridiculous because it was cold, like colder than it's ever been down here. Like cold for us is 50 degrees. Like you know what I mean? We don't do -17 down here. It doesn't work. I remember one year I was in middle school. It snowed for a little bit. We were in school. I remember I was in band class because my mom told me I either did band or I had to go to what was called NJ in high school, which was like where they train you to be like some kind of army thing I didn't want to do. So I chose band and I was percussion, and it was okay for a little bit, but I eventually got kicked out on purpose because I didn't want to do it anymore. But besides that, I remember we were in band, alright, and it started snowing, and like, because it never snows, all the teachers let us play outside in the snow, because, I mean, it never snows. So when it does, we have to enjoy it. But the problem is it had rained the day before, and the ground was wet, so the snow wouldn't stick. So we never got to, like, play in it, like, snowballs, or, like, go sledding, or anything cool like that. Like, I've always wanted to go sledding. I've never gone sledding ever in my life, and I've always wanted to, and I've never been able to. Because I've traveled to places, but never places where it snows. And even if it is a place that it would snow, it's not in the winter, like it'd be in the summer or something, because I take summer vacations. In the winter I'm usually busy with either work, and back then it was school, so I never got to go sledding. I did play in the snow when I went to Indiana to meet some of my family members. On my dad's side, my dad's parents, so my great grandparents, lived in Indiana, and like I have a bunch of family members there that I don't even know. Alright? And one year when I was like 5, I can barely remember it. I remember like we all packed up this RV, and it was like my nana and my papa, because it was my papa's parents, and then I want to say maybe my aunt Amanda went. I'm not really sure. And then I went, and I want to say some other people went that I don't remember. And we went up there and we seen them. I went through a couple different states. We went through Kentucky and Tennessee. It was a really cool trip. But one thing I remember is that in Indiana it was snowing, and that was the first time I ever had like a snowball fight. It was awesome. I don't remember what year it was, but if I was 5, it might have been 2009, maybe 2008. I'm not sure. Maybe it was 2010. I don't know. I just remember I was really young. In fact, it might have been before that. It might have been I might have been 4 years old, because maybe I wasn't in school and that's why I was able to go. Don't remember. I'll have to touch a base with my papa on that one and see what happened. But yeah, it never snows. And I always thought that was bullshit. Like, I don't ever get snow. Instead, we get hurricanes. And, like, maybe sometimes tornadoes. Like, why do we get the shitty ones, man? I want snow. And then, like, the few times it did snow, like, everyone freaked out because Nobody knows how to drive in it. We don't salt the roads or anything like they do in the Yankee territories. Like, it's just because we don't have to. It'd be a waste of money to even have that. So, I mean, there are a lot of crashes and people freak out. Businesses close. You can't even go anywhere to eat. Like, if it snows, you stay inside. There's nothing to do. Honestly, maybe it's for the best that it doesn't snow. Cause like now I need to go to work, man. I can't afford to just not go to work. Like back when I was in school, it would have been like, yeah, let's not go to school. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. I gotta go to work. I'm about sick of being poor. This shit's getting old.